You got to tell Shelly. You got to tell the Subaru story, dude.
Okay.
Dude, and then we'll finish it up.
I think both of you have heard this story, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
So
We heard that like the day after I but I talked to the French girl. That was in that spirit, that period of time.
Day of
that was
infamy.
a hard time. So maybe I told this story to cheer you up a little bit after the rejection. So this is taking on the exact same purpose. I'm cheering you on and helping you recover from the rejection.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude.
Not a problem. Okay, so this is around 2006, and I'm a freshman in college, and I'm rooming with my friend Brian, and across the hall from us, there's this guy, and he's kind of this mysterious older guy. And he's very intense looking. You know, he's always kind of like, he's like super stacked. This guy's in the gym all the time. It's obvious.
Uh-huh.
He's not super tall, but he's like one of those just like total meathead guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
it's like either he's on roids or he lifts all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Like just not cut, like just mass.
Mass.
Yeah.
Mass.
For
Okay.
sure.
So, you know, we would hear him from his room sometimes, and we had like little whiteboards in our dorm, and it said, if anyone wants to fight, hit me up on his thing. So we're like, what the heck? Like, what's up with this guy? You know, and me and my friends, we were all kind of trolls, so we're always looking to troll on this guy.
Yeah.
So his name was Peter, and and Peter, which is the kindest name.
Is never a
This
body.
does not fit Peter.
No
Peter.
bodybuilder. What?
Yeah.
Peter.
Peter, and this guy's biceps are like 22 inches round, you know, like,
Dude, yeah.
so
Huge.
anyway, so Peter and I kind of become friends because I would troll on him a little bit, and he would always say, freaking freshman, dude, freaking freshman. So, and I would troll a little bit, and eventually I kind of like worked my way into like him saying like, what's up, Chris?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like I'd probably talk about working out or something. I used to lift more than I do now, and it's like, oh, cool, man. You know, I can kind of be on your inside circle a little bit.
Yeah.
So one night, you know, we're hanging out, and it's late. You know, we're freshmen in college, and you know, what do? You stay up at 3 a.m. and watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Totally.
And we're up watching YouTube videos of cars racing each other. And Peter is just like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. What the fricker, dude? This car, twin friggin' turbos. Okay. So we're like, dude, what is up with Peter, man? Like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's super fun, though. You know, we love trolling, like I said already. And so it's like, dude, we got to troll on Pete a little bit. Like, bro, if only there was like a fast car that we could go in right now, man. We're hyped. And he turns to us and he goes, ever heard of Shelly? Okay. And we're like,
This story is
Shelly?
so good,
Like,
dude.
who's that? He's like, it's my freaking Subaru, dude. Okay. So we're like, you have a Subaru named Shelly?
Right.
He's like, oh yeah. So yeah.
So like none of the names in the story match up. Like Peter being the nicest name ever, like belongs to this jacked dude
Yep.
who wants to fight constantly. And Shelly, just when I think of Shelly, I think of just like a small turtle belonging to a 6-year-old named Peter. And it's sad.
A small
Not a-
turtle.
yeah, totally.
Shelly.
Not a 300 horsepower Subaru.
Yeah.
Built for the quarter mile. Like, come on. Anyway, so Peter goes, what are you boys doing right now? And it's like, we're just watching YouTube videos, man. You're with us.
Yeah.
It's time to meet Shelly.
Dude.
So we go downstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Peter starts up his car, Subaru Legacy GT, which it's a nice car.
Yeah.
It's a fast car. And he starts it up, and we get in the car, and I'm excited by this point. I really like cars. I've always really liked cars. And so I sit down in the back seat. It's like, dang, these are nice seats, man. They got racing buckets in the front.
Yeah.
You know, it's a 6-speed. And it's like, dude, this thing's a nice
Yeah.
car.
He's done some tasteful mods to it.
Tasteful mods. So he's got catback exhaust. It's chipped. He's got something with his turbo. You know, he's got he was putting coilovers on it, like few mods.
Yeah, it's been massaged for
Yes,
sure. Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
So he starts it up, and you know, so I'm excited. I don't really know what's going to happen. It's 3:15 in the morning.
Right.
So first thing he says, he starts talking to Shelly. He goes, Shelly, what the freaker is wrong with you? You're idling wrong. So we're like idling wrong. Like what? Like so.
Peter's off the deep end.
Yeah,
like,
dude, Peter's losing it, bro. So we barely know this guy too. He's like 19, but he looks like he's like 37.
Yeah.
Like
he looks like a future IHOP employee.
Totally,
Yeah,
dude. He's wearing khakis probably right now. He's rocking the goatee. He's looking pretty washed up, sad. But he's so excited about his car.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we pull out of the parking lot, and we're on like a side street right there, and out of nowhere, homeboy just floors it. Okay, so this thing's turbo blow-off valve, and before you know it, we're in fourth gear going over 100 in like a 35 zone.
Yeah.
And, it's like, oh, my God, like this guy's dead serious about this.
Yeah, yeah.
So, we're heading down the street. We get down onto the 5 freeway, and, so I'm like, dang, man, like if he's willing to go over 100 on the free or on the side streets,
right?
Who knows what he's going to do on the 5 right now?
Right, at 3:15 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. So we merge onto the freeway, and first gear, second gear, third gear, revs it up, fourth gear, revs it up, fifth gear,
just banging gears.
Yep,
yep,
all the way up to sixth gear. We're in the carpool lane, and I look down at the speedometer, and I'm in the back seat.
Right.
And basically you're going so fast that you see a semi truck in the distance, and then you're passing it as soon as you see it.
Right.
It's like one of those things like you're actually in the movie Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah. Right.
And so we're heading down the freeway. I look down, and we're going 143 miles per hour. Okay. And so Peter, if I wish you guys could see me, the audience, he has one hand on the wheel, one hand just on the shift knob.
Yeah.
And he looks over at Brian. He cranks his head over to the side, and he says, "Fast enough for you, Brian?" As we're going 143 down the freeway.
And he's cruising with the left arm.
Yep, just left arm only.
The biggest douchebag move
Yep.
ever. Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
So we get off the freeway. We're like probably 10 miles from our school now because, you go that far in, 10 minutes.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, dude, straight up.
So, we merge back onto the freeway, onto the northbound lane. Well, as we're, on the on-ramp, he basically just mashes it, and we're, tires are screeching the entire way onto the on-ramp, and it's like, okay, I think I might die right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm in my head now a little bit where it's like, oh, dude, we already got up to the point where we were at 143. We already slowed down. Like I thought I could rest now.
Yeah, like cruise
but maybe it's gonna be worse. Like
right.
maybe we're gonna hit 150. Like who knows?
Yeah, he's not gonna hit 130 if he's already hit 140.
Totally.
Yeah, you're gonna top it.
Yep. So, we're on our way back. Luckily, he doesn't top it. But as we're going around this corner, we get off the freeway, and it's like, oh, man, we're just chill now. It's like going 50, and, we're talking. We're like, dang, man, that was awesome, dude. Like, we can't believe that. Your car's amazing. And, it felt like we finally broke through the ice with this guy that's like, dude, this Peter guy.
Right.
We're finally on the inside with Peter, and he let us in, Well, as soon as we just start thinking we're chilling, homeboy just throws it into second, literally going probably like 60 miles per hour, and takes his corner. And, sure enough, we're going through the gears again, up into fifth gear, over 100.
Right.
And he looks over at Brian, and he goes, "I raped that corner, Brian. I raped that corner." And so I'm in the back seat, raped that corner. I've never even heard that term before.
Right.
I'm like, what? Is that like a regular term that people say? And so we're in fifth gear, and he downshifts into second, making his next turn.
Right.
Okay, drops the clutch, and
Revs
luckily it's
to the roof,
all-wheel drive, but the thing's like,
yeah.
And we're back on campus before you know it.
So not only is, like, he using terminology of just like, oh, I raped that corner. Like, not, oh, I took that corner. Oh, I made that corner mine. He raped it.
Yep.
A man named Peter.
Yep.
You would think,
Peter.
even if you were a guy named Peter saying the same sentence with the same meaning, you would think would be like, wow, like I really took advantage sexually of that young corner. Like, you know what I mean? Like sweating, like, wow, I really just did that. Now I raped that corner.
I really own that test. Peter.
So you guys get back to campus.
We get back to campus, and it was like, we're all smiles and all hanging out. And, fast forward a little while. We've been friends for a while now, and it's the end of the End of the fall semester, you know, our buddy Peter heads back to Sacramento, is where he's from,
Right.
and we all come back to school in January. You know, and I walk into my dorm. I'm excited to see Peter because again, we're friends now.
Right.
Yeah.
I knock on his door, you know, hey man, dude, how was break? And he looks over at me, you know, his eyes are all bloodshot. It's like, dude, this guy hasn't been sleeping or something. And I notice he's got a Subaru steering wheel on his desk. So I'm like, oh, dude, let me guess, bro. Got Shelly a new steering wheel, huh? He turns around to me. Shelly's gone, Chris. She's freaking gone. So I'm like, what does that even mean?
Right.
You know, I'm like, P, what are you talking about, man? She's gone. What happened? He's like, dude, I was raping a corner. I was raping a corner onto the freeway. I just put on my freaking coilovers. I was raping that corner, dude. And then I lost control and we rolled off the on-ramp. And my freaking head went through the moonroof. And I was like, oh my God. Like he rolled off the you know, the freeway.
Dude, yeah.
And like rolled down a hillside. And his head went through the moonroof. Apparently he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Right.
But because he lifts so much, his head probably has so much muscle, he was fine. I don't know.
Rolls over, catches it with his top hands as it's coming over. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know how he didn't die, but, you know, lucky for him.
Dude.
Anyway, so then he's like, the last 2 weeks have been the worst of my life, Chris. I took her apart piece by piece and sold her on the internet. And I was like, oh, Pete, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, that's not even the worst either, Chris. The worst part, I only had liability coverage. And now I'm yelling into the mic. Sorry, guys. But anyway, first off, now that I'm 30, and this is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 25 to 18. You got to have full coverage on your car if you got a nice car, man.
Dude,
don't have
for
a
sure.
$35,000 car and have liability only.
That you're driving like that. Like
Totally.
something will happen eventually.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So, anyway, that's Peter, dude, and great old times. And Shelly, rest in peace, Shelly.
The sketchiest moments you always hear, especially with like cars and bikes and stuff like that, is, hey, you're 17, but you know a 19-year-old, you know what I mean, that thinks like he's got a nice car. So, and you've never like, you know, if you've never been to 140 before, 140 is fast.
Yep.
If you've only been like, oh yeah, cruise at like 70 on the freeway, and then
Yeah.
you go 140, it's fast.
Yep.
Especially when you don't have any control. And you're with a guy that's named Peter that's swole as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, I'm dying tonight. Like,
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're just sitting there like, what's gonna happen?
I'm in
You know?
Peter's hands.
But you're like, dude, I'm cool. You even said you're like, I'm inside with Peter now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in the cool club.
Yep.
You know, it's not like if it's your own car where you go 100 and then you go 110 and then you go
Yeah.
120 and you're in control.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, I mean, you always hear those horror stories of like, oh, they was 17, they went with this 19-year-old and he thought he was hot shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he killed everybody.
Raped the corner too hard and
Right? Like, I was raping this corner and then turns out she was a lawyer.
like, whoa.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.